you should have seen this bike when I picked it up. It was a bit of a mess. So this bike was, from looking at it, from when I had it, I'm pretty sure someone went into the back of whoever owned this bike and wrote it off, basically. The back wheel was flat in one place and completely buckled. Front wheel seems okay, but I'm pretty sure the front forks are bent too. In fact, I'm positive they're bent. So I'm just going to have a look at, in this video, how bent the frame is, how bent the forks are. I can tell just looking at the forks they're bent. I don't have to put anything in there to do it, but we can go through, say, how to look at it. The rear, visually, it doesn't look too bad, but I know there's going to be something wrong with it because the wheel was so bad. So yeah, let's have a look. So the first thing we'll do is look at the dropouts, see how aligned they are. What I've got is my Park Tools FFG2, and I can just slip that in there, one side, same on the other side. Might have to just angle it, there we go. And using these, you can see how bent or straight or aligned the dropouts are. So you can turn these two ends. I'm going to have to zoom in. So you can slowly wind them in and just see where they make contact. And to be honest, they're not too bad. They're slightly out of line. I can feel on the back, especially here, there's a little lip, like this side is higher than this side. But what you can do is just grab one end and either end of the tool and just tune the dropouts just until they're square. So only little movements, and that's not too bad there. But I still know these forks are indeed bent. And how do I know that? Well, you can just look at them basically. So I've just got the Raleigh in the stand, but if I just trace the line down, I mean, I can see that the forks, even though they're straight on, go at a different angle to the head tube. They bend this way slightly on both sides. The head tube is slightly angled that way at the moment in my stand. The forks fork blades go this way. We can double check that. So I've just made a super basic plumb line. In the top, well, I'm just using an old cord from a, what do you call it, blinds, from a set of blinds. So it's got the top on and the string going down. I've used one of these old bar ends that had a hole in the centre, and it sits perfectly over the top of the tube. So that will just guide it down, straight down with gravity, vertically. And on the bottom, I just tied a weight, which is an old freewheel. So gravity, once you've got the frame aligned, so it's definitely vertical, and the head tube vertical, that is, it should sit out the bottom here in the centre, bottom of the forks, and you'll be able to see which side the forks lean to. And well, as you can see, they're not exactly square. If I just take a tape measure, I mean, we've got about 35mm to this side and This side goes to from 25. 0 to 25 is about on this side, and 25 to 90 is on the other side. So there's it's about 20 mil off, but it should be 50-50. And the forks are going to be 100 mil wide. So yeah, it's about 15-20 mil off, which is not good. So those forks are bent. They have had it. I don't think you're going to be able to bend that back anytime soon. Now if you grab a wheel that you know is straight and stick that in, you should be able to tell as well if it leans to one side or the other. So on this one, I don't know if you can tell from there. Yeah, you can tell. You can tell it's closer, the wheel is closer to this side than this side. And if we flip the wheel over now, still the same. So you can tell the wheel's not bent, but the forks are bent. Right, and now onto the rear. So I'll use my same park tools, the FFG2s, and just slot these into the dropouts. And we'll first see how bad or good the dropouts are. Now I can already see, don't know if you can see, they are nowhere near in line. So if we wind these in roughly together, you can already see how far apart they are. I mean, just from that angle that you guys are looking at, you can see this one sits higher than this one, but from on top, I'm gonna have to show you that. From on top, you can see how bad it is. So that's going to take some adjusting, but I mean the whole frame could in theory be completely out of line. So I'm going to put you back in the stand and do some adjusting. I'm going to grab this side and try and pull this one towards me and the other end away. Wow, these are really out of line. Okay, that pulled it in a bit. Yeah, that's better. So they're actually pretty square now. Yeah, they're pretty good. Just from that bit of adjustment, the dropouts at least are now kind of square. Yeah. But I want to check the frame alignment as well, and you can buy special tools for this. You can make special tools for this. I think RJ has got one on his channel that he can that he showed you how to make. But I've also seen that you can use rope and string. So I'm going to try that and see how well I can find out if this frame is trashed or if it can be saved. So what I'm going to do, I've got my bit of string. Still got the end on it. Can I loop that through there? I can. I'm just going to put that through there. I've still got the end on it. And I'm going to stretch it down all the way around the head tube and bring it back down the other side and poke it through this side, so hopefully it will form a nice triangle. Yeah, triangle. Pull it nice and tight, and I'm just going to tie it off on my tool. So you can see at this end, hopefully, let me just darken it. Yep, I've started off here and I've run the string up. Just going to take you out the frame again. So I've run the string up along the bike, up to the head tube, run it back down again, the other side, and tied it to the same position on there. So both string is coming out from the same point, and what we can do then is hopefully measure from the seat tube to the string on both sides, and that should give us an idea of how bent the frame is. So what I can do here is, now the string is running tight on both sides, just get me a ruler and just check the distances from the seat tube to the string. Now that is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, near enough 35mm on this side. Same on the other side. And it's about 34. So there might be a mil difference. It's not much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this side about 35. This side is kind of awkward because my desk is in the way. I think it's more of a 34 on this side, so there is 1mm difference per side. Now I don't know how that, I don't know enough about this now to see how that 1mm would correlate. But obviously, so it does look like this side is slightly further out in the dropouts than that side. I'm not sure how that's going to correlate to damage, but we could stick a wheel in and see how the wheel aligns. So I don't have a road wheel in the garage that is the right hub width for this bike, but strangely I do have an old mountain bike wheel which fits in perfectly. Both are the same axle size, I guess. But good news is it looks pretty much straight. 27-ish. $28 maybe. Can you see down the bottom? Just check down the back as well. Oh shit. It's about 14. $15, $14. So I do think there is a slight bend in the rear, but I'm not sure how prominent it will be. I need to get a road bike wheel in there of the same hub width to check, because obviously my 26 won't go all the way up to where the brakes would reach. But yeah, that seems to be a good enough way to check how badly a frame is bent. The fork's definitely bent, the front fork. There's only one of them, it's just fork. Is definitely bent. They are probably not going to be able to be reused. The frame itself, it's a possibility. Just checking for structural damage on it, any bends in the tubes, just make sure they're all straight. But in terms of the dropouts, they're aligned now. In terms of the frame alignment, like all the way around, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It doesn't seem to be perfect, but 1mm out seems pretty good to me. But I'll just check for any damage along it. So any deformities, in the bike. Could be weak spots. Again, like I don't know its history, so I'm just going to go over it now with a fine tooth comb and see what we could do with it. But okay, video over, I guess. That's just how I personally would go around and just checking the alignment of a frame to make sure it's square, to make sure, or to see how bad it's been crashed. This one has resulted in I'm going to chuck away the fork, sorry. The frame, I'm just going to research into it a little bit more and just double check everything, but it could be saved. We'll see. But apart from that, I need to I think I need to do a little bit more into. But apart from that, I mean, that's all I can gather from these few techniques that I've just picked up. They might be of use to you. I don't know. If you enjoyed the video, hit a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Leave a comment whether you enjoyed it or you didn't enjoy it. Subscribe for more, and I will catch you in the next video.